I'm attorney Howard Ankin with another edition of Chicagoans You Should Know, and I'm honored here today to be speaking with Ozzie Guillen. When did you know that goals and dreams were something that you wanted to achieve? Was that from childhood, or did that develop later in life?
Wow, dreams is a childhood dream because you dream, you want to be a bullfighter, you want to be an athlete, you want to be Michael Jordan, you want to be Muhammad Ali. All of a sudden you turn around, you're not going to be any of those guys. But when you have the goal to say, okay, I'm going to try to be that people, I think I start putting myself in better position to have better life when Ozzie Jr. born in 1983. I born in Vegas. To me, it was like, okay, I just married, I can move to Caracas, I can live here with just my wife. When my child born, it was a different taste, different scenario. Now I have to be the best father I can be. I can be a guy he can look up to. And my life changed in 2 seconds.
When you're talking about goals, was that something that then was set right after your child was born, or do you keep reevaluating your goals over time?
I put myself to be better, a better father, better athlete, better husband, better friend, a better baseball player. Take everything more serious. Before it was like, I was 20 years old, who cares? But after that, when my first child born, I matured a lot because I got to be with somebody I'll have to take care for the rest of his life. Come from AAA Vegas to play in the big league here in Chicago. And every year, life demands me to be better. Life pushed me to be better.
Was there a point in your career where you knew that you were going to transition from being a player to a manager? Was there a point that you set that was a goal for you?
Well, I was a manager even when I was a player. I'm lucky enough I grew up with Tony La Russa, Jim Leland, those guys. So, you know what? I think I got a big one, and I prepare myself. I'm lucky enough to be Jeff Cox. I was lucky enough to be with Bobby Cox. I was lucky enough to be with Jeff Thorburn.
You really have a great sports talk show now. Is that where you see your career going, or where do you see your career going in the future?
That's the hardest thing I ever did. People think it's easy to get a mic and criticize and put your thought on the table. I think that's not easy. I think to me it's easy to manage. Why? Because that's what I know. I hope I manage it again. I hope I get another opportunity, and hopefully that happens. It's not. I just worry right now to be a great grandpa. That's only one thing is my mind, be the best grandpa I can be.
Do you think the winning attitude that you have is just something that's innate or that you were born with?
You look at the people that grew up in baseball, Carlton Fisk, Tom Seaver, Julio Cruz, Tony La Russa, all those big league players I grew up with, they teach me how to win. And they criticize me and they drive me crazy. Don't get me wrong, they drive me crazy, but they teach me how to play the game, how to have success, how to be a pro.
As far as being a successful coach or helping to coach people to be successful in life, what's the best way or what's your philosophy of how to go about that?
Listen to the best. Listen to the guy who got more experience than you. And don't think you know everything. And when you listen and you put everything together, and you learn from mistakes. Instead, you have somebody to help you and criticize you and tell you the truth. Don't get upset. Just learn from that.
If you were going to write this book, what would be the highlight of the book that you would talk about, let's say, from the 2005 White Sox days?
Well, people, believe it or not, have a great general manager and great owner. It's one thing about it in that book, and people don't realize that, 3 different personalities in one spot to run a company, and with 3 different ways to look at life. And when you put all those together for one reason, is to win a championship, and we did. I think to me was outstanding because we not think the same way. In baseball, on the field and off the field, I think if I do something about baseball in 2005, the players are managing. They're tough. They grown men. One thing about it, they don't care about their name. They don't care about how much money they couldn't make. They only care about winning.
Ozzie, your fans can watch you pre- and post-games on NBC Sports Chicago. Is that correct?
Yes, and you will have fun. And I think that's one of the best opportunities I ever have to talk with the fans, back with the fans and be Ozzie just being Ozzie. Baseball Tonight show, boys, is the best. Baseball Night in Chicago is a great experience and great. I think it's a good idea. People know what's going on with both teams, not just the both team, Cubs, White Sox. I think around baseball, something we never see in the city. I think it's something very different, and people should sit down and watch it.
If you knew somebody that was involved in an auto accident, got hurt at work, or needed help with any injury case, who would you tell them to call?
No, I will call you. You know, take care of myself. I'm waiting for you outside.
That's another edition of Chicagoans You Should Know. Ozzie, thanks again for being here today.
Thank you so much.